Alexa Bliss's contract ends in March 2024, some 12 months away, and right now the WWE are not using her. I'm going to explain where she is, why she's missing, and just how long we'll still have Alexa Bliss on the WWE screens. The best place to start is as regards to WWE's interest in signing a new contract with Bliss, and everything I'm hearing suggests that they are extremely interested in renewing and willing to up the paycheck considerably, but there is believed to be some resistance from Alexa Bliss herself, particularly with creative choices. This is one situation where Triple H might actually not be the best person, because historically the push under Vince McMahon was much stronger than it seems like it's likely to be under Triple H. Admittedly, Alexa Bliss several years ago was told that she would not be in the running for championships. Under Triple H there is a possibility that that changes, but creative plans do not suggest so, particularly with how her character was originally booked. She has now essentially stepped in herself to make some changes. As of right now, as of this recording, she is currently taking time off under request. She has requested a bit of time off immediately after her feud with Bianca Belair. However, that time off should already have ended. The WWE, to my knowledge at least, have not been in contract with Alexa Bliss, and several tweets from Alexa certainly suggest that to be the case. Now, to be entirely blunt, we have WrestleMania, the show of shows, coming up, and I can confirm that at current there are no plans whatsoever for Alexa Bliss to wrestle at WrestleMania. There is a small chance of an appearance, but this would be during or immediately after the Bray Wyatt versus Bobby Lashley match, which does not seem like it's going to have a particularly prominent place on the card. Alexa Bliss does not have plans for WrestleMania. She's not going to be involved in any championship matches, and will not have a prominent place on the card, even if she does appear, however brief it may be. Now, she is currently undergoing a character change, similar to the character that she previously played, the Pain and Play Bliss, that had her own fairground, her own fun ground, her own playground. WWE did make a lot of money from the Lily doll, and certainly when it comes to Alexa Bliss's push and suggestions that she is herself pushing to change to this character, the Lily doll does seem to be the main sweetening pot for WWE in general. Now, you may have heard me just say, Alexa Bliss personally requested a character change. Triple H wanted her to play a much more realistic character, similar to the Alexa Bliss that she is underneath all the trappings, underneath the name, as it were. However, from what I'm being told, she has resisted every step of the way, looking for a very different character. She has spoken in interviews about not being particularly happy with who she was playing on screen, because she simply doesn't believe that person is worthy of the screen time in the madcap world of wrestling, where you have to turn yourself up to 11. Several people will disagree. I'm sure a lot of people who know Alexa Bliss personally have disagreed at times, suggesting that maybe she is worth knowing and worth seeing on screen, but we are where we are, and ultimately it is up to Alexa Bliss to determine who she wants to portray. Now, Alexa Bliss has been heavily involved in writing the Pain and Play version, the one who did have the playground, primarily because at the time, Bray Wyatt himself was also taking time off, at least while he was set on fire by Randy Orton. Bray Wyatt was supposed to come back a while before WrestleMania, in fact several months before WrestleMania, looking back at the Royal Rumble. This didn't happen, and it essentially left Alexa Bliss in a bit of a no man's land. She essentially had to book herself. It was during the middle of the pandemic era. To my knowledge, there was no real push from creative to do anything beyond some matches like the Money in the Bank ladder match, which I still quite enjoyed personally, Firefly Funhouse and the like. Bray Wyatt was trying to make certain matches happen, but Alexa Bliss was not getting much in the way of creative direction, so she directed herself. This time around is very much not the case. Since Bray Wyatt returned, we've seen a clear change in Alexa Bliss's character, and that is because Bray Wyatt himself is doing a lot of the writing for this. Unfortunately, this also means that there is no requirement right now for the WWE to bring Alexa Bliss back, because the character that she is due to portray has not been written yet. Bray Wyatt is writing a lot of different content, a lot of which is being tempered by the people around him and the director of long-term, Rob Fee, and this is making it very difficult for him to put out what he is originally intending to put out. The original plan involved Alexa Bliss and Uncle Howdy, but now Uncle Howdy is joined with Bray Wyatt, and that makes things a lot more interesting, particularly if you're a fan of this Bray Wyatt storyline. As regards Alexa Bliss, the WWE are essentially waiting for Bray Wyatt to catch up with the Bliss and Howdy section of his own storyline so that he can write something that involves Alexa Bliss returning. The most likely time for her return is a WWE draft at this point, which is currently planned for just after WrestleMania. As regards the contract renewal, I spoke about the WWE's interest. Let's talk about things as I'm hearing from Alexa Bliss's side. I've spoken to a lot of people backstage in WWE, and what I've heard is, and I quote, "Bliss has larger aspirations than wrestling." This is something we're hearing a lot recently. What I will say, the success of formerly Sasha Banks, now Mercedes Money, outside of the WWE has opened a lot of eyes, particularly not just in wrestling, but also modeling, businesses, and so on and so forth. At the moment, the WWE are looking to move on from the horsewomen generation, bringing in the new era of Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Ronda Rousey, though this is, of course, a returning Ronda Rousey. Alexa Bliss has not been promised future championships. The fact that she's not on WrestleMania is not a good sign either. With this in mind, though we do have a year left until her contract would be expiring, I would not be entirely surprised if it's a contract that is not renewed, despite the fact that the WWE would be more than willing to make a lot of promises. The WWE, unfortunately, have been proven on many occasions to not be able to keep up with those promises. There will be more as this story develops. I will continue to chase down news, and if you have any suggestions for stories and information that you'd like me to chase, by all means, comment below.